Okay.
Get the dramatic.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. See how close it is. Awesome.
And I'll open both of them at once.
Cool. Can I take a seat inside after?
Yeah, that's
Cool. Okay, watch out, kids. He doesn't even know what's going to happen right behind him. Guess what's going to happen? Yeah. Very cool. And then you can climb right in the back seat without having to lift it.
So the touchscreen on this has all of the Model S production hardware. So
Okay.
this is the one that has a capacitive touch. And
Awesome.
stuff, so you can feel the response time.
Is that okay? Cool. This is way cool. Let's see. You want headlights on? Just had the headlights on and off. Got your air conditioning going. Oh, this is interesting. You got a little mini touch.
Yeah, so those are functional.
Yeah.
The sound system.
That is so cool. Oh, there's. That is so sweet.
So these are
Temperature and then start.
these are functional right
Sure.
now.
I love it.
One of the really cool features of this car are the Falcon Wing doors. Now, a lot of you have probably heard of gull wing doors, and there's a fine and important distinction between gull wings and what we call Falcon wings on this car. You can see there's a secondary hinge up top. And that allows the doors, rather than kind of opening outwards, to open vertically and then outwards as they're already up at their top height. Meaning that if you park in a really tight parking spot, these won't ding the cars next to you as they open up. They're basically just like a sliding door in as much as they take up very little space on the sides of the vehicle while they're opening. But the benefit on top of that is that you get this raised roof line, meaning that as you load things into the car seats for kids, as you move to the back row, third row seats, rather than having to kind of climb over and punch down, you basically can stand up in the car and just walk in and buckle in your kids' seats, and you can see that all the seats in the middle row have their own independent track and they all fold independently. So rather than having to kind of fold down a whole bench, I can just move the seat that I need to move to get back to the third row. Another compromise and trade-off that we noticed in the SUV and minivan market is that when you add a third row of seats, you oftentimes lose all your trunk space in the back of the car. Because of the way the Tesla powertrain is set up, which is really unique, it's completely flat underneath the vehicle. Even though we have the third row seats, we still have a really sizable trunk in the back of the car, which you can see right here. But on top of that, we actually give you even more space. Probably have seen this on the Model X. The Model X also has what we call a front end. And it's also rather large, so you have a lot of storage space on both sides of the car. You can literally get 7 people inside the vehicle, and all of their stuff at the same time. And the cool thing about this is that, if I drive around with my laptop and some valuables, I'll throw them in the front trunk, and no thief is ever going to think to look in the engine compartment for my stuff. Also, this car has an option to add a second motor in the front, in addition to the rear-mounted drivetrain in the back, so that you can get an all-wheel drive vehicle, meaning that when you want to take it up and run it around up in Tahoe in the snow, you can throw your dirty ski boots and skis in the back and keep your clean clothes up front, keep them segregated from one another. Now we know that it's a Tesla and we want to make it fast, so the 0 to 60 time is going to come in under 5 seconds. So you're talking about an SUV that outperforms a Porsche 911 on a 0 to 60 sprint, which is very cool. But because it is a design prototype, We don't know exactly what the range numbers and the price point would be. We know both will be very comparable to the Model S. We're looking at potentially a 60 to 85 kilowatt hour battery pack. So over the next couple of years, you're going to see us move through the same prototyping phases as you've seen with the Model S, where we start with the alpha candidates, we move into the betas, and as we do so, we'll be able to firm up some of these smaller details about the vehicle. So definitely make sure you're on the newsletter, stay abreast as we kind of move through that design process, and a lot of these things will kind of come be a little bit more specific over time. Again, another reminder that the betas are all outside. We're going to be doing these demos kind of maybe every hour or so, depending on how many people we get inside the store. Flag down anybody in Tesla gear for any individual questions going forward, and thanks for the time.